we're going to be making a value scale pumpkin. A value scale is a series of values from light to dark. The light values are called tints, and you'll be mixing white to your color to get those tints. And the darker values are called shades, and you get them by mixing black in with your color. Now black, you don't really need very much black to make a darker value, so you have to be very careful with it. You're going to first draw your pumpkin. So we're going to start with just a big, kind of a stretched out oval shape in the middle. And then we're gonna add 2 more on each side, kind of coming off of that shape like this. And then 2 more on the other side. And you can draw the stem. You can have a leaf if you want. Now I have one that's already outlined, but you may want to outline yours with a permanent marker, and then you're ready to paint. So we're going to start in the middle with our plain orange. So I've got, my paint tray looks like this. I've got two orange paints that I've got for my dark values. I've got black to mix in with this orange, and then I've got white to mix with this orange for my tints. So I'm going to start first with my plain orange. So you're just going to get a little bit on your brush bristles and paint right in the middle. So this is called a hue. A hue is just a color on the color wheel. Okay, so we're ready now to paint a value that's a little bit lighter than our plain orange hue. So we're going to use a little white mixed in with our orange. And we don't want this one to be really light yet, because we've got one more that we want to be lighter. Usually when you're mixing colors, the lighter they are, the more you need. So when you're mixing white in with a color to make a difference, you really have to add quite a bit. Black is the opposite. You only need a tiny bit of black to make your color darker. So we're going to paint just to the left of our orange hue with our tint, our first tint. And you want it to look a little bit lighter, but not too much lighter. You don't want a big jump there. All right, and then we're ready to paint our next tint, which if you want, you could just mix all of that white in, because you want this one to be really light. Okay, and that will go all the way on the left side. All right, so now we need to wash our brush out, because we're about to make the shades and we're going to be using black, and we have white mixed in with our color. We don't want the white and black to mix, so we need to rinse. Now remember, we said it does not take very much black to make your color darker, so be very careful with how much black you use. You're just going to get a tiny little bit of black, and you're going to mix in with your orange. All right. And then this shade, this is called a shade, and we're going to paint our shade on the right. And then we'll get another shade that's a little bit darker, so a little bit more black mixed in. And just paint that last section. And you want this one to be noticeably different than the last one. So if it seems like it's not dark enough, you could add a little more black. Like these might be a little bit too close. But you may want to let it dry before you add a little more black and paint over it. And that's how you make a value scale pumpkin.